the Be Inspired with Linda H show, where our mission is to help you be encouraged, motivated, and inspired to go after your dreams and to crush your goals. My guest today has been playing football throughout his youth, high school, and college years. He's here today to discuss his experience with trying out for the professional league, and he's also here to give some sound advice to our upcoming athletes. Please help me welcome our guest today, Derrick Farrow.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Hi.
I'm excited to tell my story.
Okay. Thank you for being here and taking the time to come chat with me. So, let's see. You've been playing football like all your life pretty much, okay? At what age did you start playing football?
I started playing football at the age of 6.
Wow.
Here in Cochran at the time it was called CBRD, Cochran Blackley Rec Department.
Okay.
Started playing football at 6.
And was it something that your parents kind of pushed you to go and try out for, or was it something that you wanted to play? Like you wanted to play football?
It was something that I always wanted to do. You know, growing up, kids are nowadays glued to the TV, so that's what I was doing. Growing up, I watched it on TV all the time, you know, and a couple guys I idolized growing up, a couple of cousins that I had played ball, so something that I wanted to do for sure.
Okay. And I asked that because I have a young son, and he played football for a couple of years, but at the flag level, and we kind of like pushed him into it, and he liked it, but then once it got to the tackle part, he was just like, nah, I don't want to play the tackle. So we tried to push him into it a little bit more, but he wasn't having it. So all right. So what position did you play?
In rec league, I played running back and free safety.
Okay.
I was one of the fast guys.
And who was your favorite team? What team you following right now?
Florida Gators.
Okay.
College football and NFL. I have to go with the Atlanta Falcons.
You know, I got my Falcons shirt on today. All right. And growing up, who would you say was some of your favorite athletes and why?
Growing up, offensively, I'm going to break it down offense and defense for you. Offensively was Reggie Bush.
Okay.
It was a guy that I was idolized at the time. I thought it was a running back. You know, you go back and watch his college film, NFL film. He had a heck of a career. You know, he was a guy nowadays that's still considered one of the best running backs to ever come through college. So he was one of the guys I idolized. And then defensively, it's a bunch of them. That's the NFL guys like Brian Dawkins, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu. College, maybe Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson, Joe Hayden. A bunch of defensive back guys.
Okay. And let's see. You had the opportunity that not too many people have, which is to go try out for professional league. So you tried out for the Canadian Football League. Mm-hmm. And would you like to share how that came about?
Okay. Oh, yeah. I graduated from Kennesaw, you know, had a real good pro day. Thought I'd have the chance to go play in the NFL. And I had a good pro day, heard from a couple guys, but never actually got the invite to go to training camp. So after that, a couple of CFL teams called the Canadian Football League. And my agent called me. He's like, hey, I have a couple guys calling. I want you to come try out for them. So one of my buddies, one of my guys, we flew to North Carolina. That's where the GM for Montreal Alouettes, that's where he was located. So me and my guy, we drove up to there, had a real good workout. You know, he told us he was going to let us know, you know, if they was going to bring us up to camp or not, but he told us we had a real good workout, and there was a pretty good chance. So sat around and waited for that a while, and after a while, my agent texted me, and he was like, Montreal's not going to bring you up to camp. So at the time, it was kind of a heartbreaker, you know, it's something that, you know, I thought I was really going to do, you know, get a chance to play professional ball. Not something that I grew up as a child, you know, thinking, but as I got into sports and growing up, you know, hearing people telling you, you know, you're really good, you got a chance to play professional ball, it was something that I kind of thought I was going to get to do. So after I got the text of I'm not going anymore, so I kind of laid off of working out for like 2 weeks, kind of got into my own head. And then I'll never forget the day of graduation, I think May 2017, the day my sister graduated. We went back to my aunt's house that night, and I got a call from a Canadian number. It was like 9 o'clock that night. So who's this? So as I answered the phone call, it was like, hey, this is such and such, the agent, I don't remember his name, from Montreal. Hey, can you be at the airport by 7? And me thinking 7, it's already 9 o'clock that night, like 7 p.m. It's like, 7 a.m. At that time, I'm like, oh, I'm in a rush right now, so I got to go home, wash clothes. I haven't even washed clothes.
Oh, boy.
Got to go home, wash clothes, and try to pack everything. And then the crazy thing about it, I only had a few hours packed because I had to be in Warner Robins by 2 o'clock to catch the groom to go to Atlanta, ride to Atlanta.
Okay.
So I got there, like I said, I was kind of down on myself. And then coming to find out when on my way to Montreal, I'm a week behind the rookies. I missed a rookie. I missed training camp with the rookies. The rookies was already there a week before I was. So by the time I came in with the veterans. So, you know, I was already stacked against me as I get there. I'm down on myself. I'm getting there a week late. Rookie's already been there, missed the rookie camp. And then, so I get there, get my foot in the door. I'm thinking, calm down, you're here. You got invited here, you're here just like everybody else. You got a chance. So when I get there, mind you, I played free safety at my time in Kennesaw State, where I graduated from college. So I get to Montreal. The coach is handing out playbooks. Give me a playbook. Hey, Farrow, you playing outside linebacker. Outside linebacker. I'm like, at the time, beggars can't be choosers. Like, I'm happy to be here and live out my dream. But then again, I don't know anything about outside linebacker. I played free safety, and now they got me. I got to learn a new position. Learn a new position. I'm behind all the other guys that already helped me in the depth chart because most of them already played outside linebacker. Me, I'm coming in a week late. I'm learning a new position. So, at the time, I kind of started, preparing myself mentally. Okay, Derrick, just take your time, take it one day at a time. And as training camp went on, I started catching on real quick. Started learning new positions, started catching on to the plays and playbook, and made it past the first couple of cuts. We had our first preseason game. We flew to Toronto against the Toronto Argonauts. So I get to play in my first professional football game. Got my name on the back of my jersey for the first time ever. It was a wonderful feeling. So we get there, played in a game. I think I did an okay job, didn't get to play as much, but made one tackle, missed one tackle, so I felt like I did an okay job, enough to make it past another cut. So we get back there, I think we ended up losing the game. We get back home, and I'm laying in my bed. We got to sleep in that day. So I get back there, I'm laying in my bed, and I just hear knocking on the door. I'm laying in the bed, like, dang, somebody needs to open the door. I'll just keep the knocking continue. So I'm just laying there. I'm like, oh, maybe somebody's knocking on my door. Let me get up and check. So I get up and go check my door, and this is one of the player personnel guys, the coaching personnel. And Derrick Farrow, I'm like, yes, sir. You're being cut, just on the snap, on the snap of the finger.
Oh.
So, you're being cut. You might want to get your stuff together, and the GM wants to meet with you. And so, can I take a shower real quick? And you get the shower. He's like, yeah, hurry up. So, like I said, I already had prepared myself mentally, before I even got there. I'm the type of person that's always, prepared for the worst, but still praying for the best. So, as I got cut, when I talked to him, he told me that, you're a really good player. We brought you in late, but, as you know, it's a business and it's a numbers game. So, I got on my flight, went back home. And mind you, think about it. They cut me. Okay, good. Okay, I wasn't good enough, fine. But they cut me, ended up going 5 and 15 that year. So, you're going to cut me,
no shade over there.
No shade, no disrespecting anything. But if you're going to cut me.
What?
If you're going to cut me, at least make it worth it. So that's when I got home and I got into coaching. That's when I landed the coaching job here in Blakely.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that story had a lot in there. Be prepared for your opportunity can come at any time. You said you basically got a call the night before that you had to be where you needed to be at the next day, right? So make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. You have all the tools of the trade. If you applying for things out of country, make sure you have that passport ready. You have to make sure you have everything that you need in order to, be ready for that opportunity.
I'm still mad about that passport.
Yeah.
I
meant to ask you, did you get to travel Canada or see any sightseeing or nothing?
I didn't. They kept us on campus. It was at a college, I think Sheridan College, if I'm sure. So we stayed there. So we basically locked us away from the city. So we focused on football. So I didn't even get to tour the city. We paid all the money for a passport.
Well, you got to make another trip out
here. I got to go back now.
So you actually was granted another opportunity to try out for professional ball. You were able to try out for a North Carolina Arena Football League. Can you tell us about that? All
right. So, like I said, I landed the teaching job. I was a pro teaching kindergarten, and around like January or February, my agent called me. He was like, "Hey, there's a team in North Carolina starting up a new arena team. You know, I know the head coach and the defense coordinator. Like, they like your film. They want you to come up and try out for camp." So it was another opportunity and professional ball. So, you know, something I want to do. So resigned at the end of February because I think we had to report to camp at the end of April. I think end of March or beginning of April.
Okay.
So I resigned, and then this was the opportunity I was excited for. Like I said, chance to play ball again. So I ended up going up, and when we got there, there's a bunch of local guys that I know, you know, real good ball players. So, you know, I had to be on my P's and Q's when I got there as well. I just got cut. You don't want to get cut again. So, you know, coming in, you know, with a strong mind this time, thinking I'm gonna make it. I'm prepared. You know, so when we get there, this is only a week-long trial. Unlike the trial in Canada. The trial in Canada, I was there for like 3.5 weeks. So this one's on like a week. So you only got a week to
prove yourself.
Yeah, to prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get there, you know, and I feel like I'm doing good this time, you know. And then we got a great group of DB guys. Like we all here. There's no one above each other. We all neck and neck. And so go through the camp to get towards the end. You know, we had our last like practice, and so this was the final day of cut, like getting cut. So, you know, get done practice, go sit in the locker room. All of us sit in the locker room. The coach is calling us all in on one by one, like calling the guys, telling me if you made it or not. It got towards the end. Heart is racing right now. You don't know if you're gonna make it or you're getting cut. So he ended up calling me in and you know, letting me know, like, you know, you're a great player, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, it's a business. It's a numbers game. So, you know, we'll have to cut you and go with a couple guys that we think can play, you know, this position and another position where you can only play this position. So at the time, you know, kind of butthurt about it, but this team actually went on and won a championship. Like I said, I got cut, but this team ended up going to win the championship. I think they ended up going undefeated that year. They had a, you know, really good year. But when I got cut, like, this was a group that, you know, I felt like
they deserved to be there. Like, they were good players, and
this time when I got cut, I feel like the guys that made it, like, they deserved it. You know, like I said, it was a great group of guys too. So.
And they made it to the championship.
Yeah, at the end they won. They won the championship
first
year. It was Carolina Cobras. So, you know, that was a great opportunity. So then, you know, after that, that's when I knew it was it for me. I'm like, I can't move like I want to. I don't have that same quick twitch that I once had. Body starting to break down from college and high school. So that's like it's it for me. If I can't play the game, you know, I'd rather come home and, you know, help the next guy get that chance to go experience some things that I experienced. So because I came home and landed my second teaching job at the elementary school, teaching 5th grade special ed.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So so you also coach though. So you're a teacher and then you coach the sports at the school level as well, middle school and the high school. Right? I have a question because sometimes people, when they're pursuing a dream or they have a passion for something, so we're going to stick with sports, okay? The end goal is I'm going to make it to, you know, play professional ball, right? And that's where a lot of, you know, kids, that's what their minds, that's all they see. They don't see nothing else, right? I'm going to make it to, you know, NFL or the NBA or, you know, whatever other league. What, in regards to football or any sports, what are some other options that, you know, this young athlete should also think about? Because, you know, I'm all about, you know, following your dreams, but there's many things that can happen, especially, you know, playing professional ball. You know, you could get injured. You may not, you know, get selected for those teams. So what are some other career options that they can think of?
Well, for me, anything you put your mind to. That's my question, because you always want to keep a plan B. I know a lot of people go into sports with, I only have a plan A. There's no such thing as plan B, because there's a plan B that means I'm distracted. No, that might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, that might be the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because anything, like you said, anything can happen, injury, or whatever. And like I said, it's a business, so it's a numbers game. So, but for the young people, anybody that going through that, they want to play ball, play ball. If that's your dream, but always keep that back plan, and whatever you want to be, go to school to be, do it. Lawyer, doctor, whatever it is, you know. And nowadays, I feel like the coach is a little different. Like, coaches set you up to be, you know, successful nowadays. It's not just about you coming to this college to do us good. Like, I feel like coaches nowadays set you up to whatever you want to be and set you on the right path after football. That's the
Okay.
thing now. You got a lot of player development guys that come in, like, to come and speak to the players. So.
Okay. So to have them think about other options.
And not just football.
Okay.
Like I said, and one thing that somebody always told me when I was young is that NFL stands for not for long.
Oh.
So unless you're one of those
not for long.
yeah,
Okay.
not for long. So unless you're one of those guys that get that $1 million contract, I wouldn't just bank on football. Because even football players or even those professional guys are making side hustles. They going back to get their college degrees.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I mean, I agree with all of that, and find your side hustles too. So, you mentioned that you feel that coaching is a little bit different right now, especially like in the college level. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you as a coach should be teaching, our young athletes more than just the fundamentals of the game?
Mm-hmm. That's something that I'm big on all the guys that I coach. Me, I'm a young coach, so I try to relate to my players as much as possible. And let them know that you can come talk to me about anything, not just football. Because one thing that I try to tell myself is that if I'm not teaching them, somebody else is teaching them.
Yeah.
So I'd rather teach them what I know and go from there. But if I'm not teaching somebody else, so that's something that, I try to harken on my guys, my basketball guys, my middle school guys, and that I'm over. We talk about everything, grades, how to talk to your parents, and how to treat females. Like I said, if I'm not teaching them how to do it, they're learning from somebody else. And the same thing with our high school guys. We got other good coaches too that we preach the gospel. That's what our program is based off of, and so I feel like we do a good job for that.
Nice. Now, with everything going on currently, we got the COVID-19, and many parents are concerned. There's a lot of debate about whether children should go to school this upcoming term or not. One of the things that I noticed a lot of people are considering is the fact that, if they keep their kids home, then their kids are not going to be able to play sports, Now, do you feel that, and I know in our county as of right now, we're going to have school open, okay? Is there anything, or do you feel that you have an extra responsibility to try to ensure that our kids are going to be safe, out there on the field?
Well, right now as we speak, we have football and basketball workouts. So, GSSA, they set out a plan. Like every Wednesday, they meet, I guess, as a group, and then they set out guidelines. So, like when we first started workouts, I think June 8th, it was only groups of 20.
Okay.
And so, like coaches, you only had certain kids that stayed in their group of 20. They couldn't intertwine with another group, and also coaches was included in that group of 20s. They couldn't go to another group.
I see.
So, like, those guidelines we have to follow, and then there was 4 questions that we have to ask the kids every day when they first come in. Like, have you had a fever within the last week? I don't remember the questions for sure, like all of them right off the top of my head, but it was, have you had a fever within the last week? Have you tested positive for COVID? Have you been around anyone that's tested positive for COVID? Or have you been to a hot spot for COVID? So, like, those are 4 questions that we ask our guys every single day. Okay. When they come in, and if they answer yes to any of those questions, just go home right now, and so we don't spread it to any other guys. But like I said, every week, just DHSA, they send out guidelines, and now it's up to groups of 50.
Oh, okay. So now you can be in groups of 50. So okay, so being a bit more lax on those. Okay. Now, what do you feel like the college recruitment is going to be like this year? Because I know, right? Because regardless, each state, each, school district is going to have their own, guidelines as to whether they're going to open or not, So I'm pretty sure that not all schools is going to have fall, athletics this upcoming term. So what do you think that the recruitment is going to be like for these athletes?
It's going to be hard, because I know a lot of guys have missed out on the spring sports. You got the spring sports, track, baseball, and a lot of guys miss out on the opportunity. Those seniors that that's a year that they won't get back. That's another semester that they won't get back to play. But I feel like, as far as that, I feel like networking. I feel like that'll be your best chance right now. Putting yourself out there, inboxing coaches. Because right now that's basically all coaches got right now. Okay. Is to get on social media and network with other players and coaches. And a thing that maybe could help. I don't know if they're gonna do it or not. Is virtual workouts. I mean, I feel like that's something that could help out because right now we all playing with the unknown. We don't know when we're getting back to normal. Will it ever be normal again? So.
Please don't say that.
I hope not.
Will it ever be? Hopefully.
I hope so.
I don't want to watch. I'm getting tired of watching the DraftKings, the virtual. I'm like, I want to see some real football. I hope
Me too.
we have an NFL season this upcoming season. So, what are words of advice that you have for parents? Of players, and the reason why I asked is because I said my son played football for a little bit of time, and he's at the younger, the younger age group, and I've noticed, there's parents that they may disagree with the coaches, they may coach from the from the benches, the sidelines, and they may not always agree with coaches' decisions, and I've personally seen conflicts between parents and coaches. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but do you have anything that you wish that parents would, know or be mindful of?
Let me knock on wood. I haven't had any incidents with that. But what I try to tell parents, first and foremost, like when we have our player-parent meeting, is that, I would never ask your kids to do anything I wouldn't do or ask my siblings to do. So, like, we have the kids' best interest. Like, we're gonna put them in the best position to be successful, whether it's on the field, off the field, and throughout life. So we're gonna put them in the best position to be successful. As far as parents, you gonna always have your parents that that coach on football Friday nights, basketball games. You're gonna always have those. So I just try to drown it out and not try to pay attention to it, because everything's at the football field. You can only have 22 on the field at a time, 11 on offense, 11 on defense. Basketball, you can only have 10 on the court at a time. So you're
not playing my kid. Why is my baby on the sideline?
Whatever your chance has your son has his chance throughout the week to prove himself, and then we're gonna go with the best. I feel like the best 5 on the court for basketball that gives me the best position to win. In football, I'm gonna put the best 11 on the field that I feel like give us the best chance to win. So, for parents, just be patient with us,
and trust the coach.
And trust the process.
Trust it. So, I like to thank you for taking the time to chat with me and, give us some input on, your experience with football. Do you have any words of inspiration for our athletes, especially starting out this new school year?
To the younger athletes, and this is something that I tell my athletes, whatever you want to be in life, you can be it. Like, whatever it is, whether you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it may be, but you have to put the work in. Like that, go back to the oldest saying in the book, hard work pays off. And like I said, me personally, my mama had me at the age of 15. My dad was 16, so they had me at a young age. So my mama had to grow up early. And me, like I tell some athletes, I grew up in the projects just like most of my kids that I teach, well, some of my kids that I teach. And that, just hard work, keep a level-headed, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Respect and manners will take you a long way, and along with hard work.
Wow, that's some great advice. Well, thank you so much again for your time, and I will see y'all all next week.